One. Feeling pretty good about the start to this season. 10-2 so far, riding a 5-game win streak. Well, so is Louisville. The Cardinals also riding a 5-game win streak, 10-4. And they are the first team receiving votes in the AP and coaches polls as the whistle goes right off the bat, off the tip-off. I've never seen something like that before. And immediately there's a conversation here. Tiara Cruz, Thomas Danaher, and Mark Berger are your officials tonight, as it was called over and back on Syracuse there, I believe was the call.
I will say I have not seen that before. And I think the officials had to talk it through a little bit. Louisville,
with their starting 5 tonight: Chrislyn Carr, Hailey Van Lith, Morgan Jones, Olivia Cochran, and Liz Dixon. They are 8-1 with that starting 5. And Syracuse in the road orange, Louisville in home whites. A nice crowd here tonight at the Yum Center as the New Year's Eve holiday is closing in on us. And underneath, flipped up and in, and right away, Dariana Lewis, the graduate student from Omaha, Nebraska, on the board. One of several transfers on the Syracuse roster. And Dixon missed the gimme underneath.
And you know, Jeff, that's one thing that Louisville is going to have to do really good tonight to win this game. Is the first shot may go up, but you have to get that defensive rebound so you can push the pace and get an easy transition bucket.
Well, it took 47 seconds of game action for Jeff Walls to make his first substitution, as he takes Liz Dixon off and brings on Josie Williams, the grad student from Utah, transferred in from Utah Valley, and in just the past 3 games has seen her playing time increase. So look at the starters for Syracuse. Familiar starting 5 with Teisha Fair and Teisha Hyman, the leaders of a really solid Syracuse lineup. 3-ball from the corner is good. It's Elena Rice.
And Syracuse is off to a great start, hitting the open shots. That's what they're going to need to do to get a win tonight.
And the Orange had a tough season last year, but they did give Louisville a real stiff challenge here at the Yum Center before Louisville pulled away, as Hailey Van Lith to the 10 to get the Cards on the board. Van Lith has been so good all season, scoring the ball, and that time a hustle play wins her the foul. New Syracuse head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack. She is truly home for Syracuse women's basketball. Was a very effective coach at Buffalo, but she won a state championship in high school, was a star at Syracuse, the freshman of the year, won the Big East with the Orange, an All-American, and left school as Cochran scores. Leggett-Jones left school as the all-time scorer and rebounder for the Orange. So a lot at stake here with her coming back, and a lot of excitement about her return, and her team is playing hard with her at the helm.
Yeah, and that's one of those things she said in the beginning. She brought this team in. She's not just here for this year, but for the years to come, and keep on improving the Syracuse school. And she's got these 3 pillars. Character, all she asks for the team to do: choose harder, right over easier, wrong. Academics, excel in the classroom, and basketball passion every play. And we definitely see it out there tonight on the floor that they are playing with some passion.
It's a big contest here for Syracuse. They've had a couple of chances this year, but they are 0-2 against Quadrant 1 opponents using the net rankings. This is their 3rd time getting that opportunity as Rice fires up a 3. That's long. Syracuse not a great 3-point shooting team this season at 28%. Here's Cochran, steps into the elbow jumper and got it.
And if you notice there, Syracuse is not playing Cochran when she gets the ball. They're kind of leaving her open, so that was a perfect pull-up jump shot. And way to knock it down.
Louisville on an 8-0 run here. They've made each of their last 4 field goals. Here's Hailey Van Lith. And a technical foul has been issued to Jeff Walls.
And he is over on that sideline right now, not very happy.
And he's trying to get the reasoning behind it. Tiara Cruz was the one who called it. Teisha Fair, the senior from Rochester, a transfer from Buffalo, having a standout year, goes to the free throw line.
He is still talking to the official over there.
And both free throws are good. And the game abruptly stopped here early. Two different abrupt stoppages, one right off the tip-off and then the technical here. And it was as Cruz was jogging by Jeff Walls, who is still frustrated. He's got to be careful here, Jess, that he doesn't let that impact him with a lot of basketball
definitely.
left.
And he's one of those guys who some of his technicals are sometimes on purpose just to get the team fired up and going, but that one he was definitely not happy with. He did not think he deserved it.
Here's Fair, guarded by Van Lith, the marquee matchup in this game. Rice. Hyman, tough shot, got it. Teisha Hyman from White Plains, New York, just outside the city. And an underappreciated member of this Syracuse squad. You've got Fair having this great season, but Hyman averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 steals has been fantastic for them. Her teammate Elena Rice picking up her second foul there. That's a good guard matchup with Chrislyn Carr and Hailey Van Lith against Hyman and Fair. Inside to Cochran, and Cochran's whistled for the travel.
And Syracuse defense right now, they're throwing a bunch at Louisville, just trying to make players not want to do what they are good at. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Asia Strong checking in, the graduate student from South Bend, Indiana, a Wichita State transfer. 7 of the key contributors for Leggett Jack transfers in. A couple of them following her from Buffalo. This is Hyman. Out front again, Hyman, guarded by Carr. Good fake, has to get one up quickly as the shot clock ran out, and she hit it.
2 big shots by Hyman to put Syracuse back on top.
A furious pace to start as Jones couldn't get the runner to fall. Here comes Fair. Picked up underneath and almost put back by Lewis. And a foul called underneath.
And Jeff, I am just loving the hustle by Syracuse right now. I'm not sure who it was, but girl coming in for the rebound, putting it back up, diving on the floor. They look like they're having fun right now.
Quick 6-0 burst here from Syracuse after Louisville's run. A foul was called on Josie Williams. 3-ball rattled out. That was Strong from distance. Here comes Van Lith. Picked up by Hyman. Off to Cochran all the way down the lane and got it.
Cochran did say she's been working on her ball handling skills, and right there, she just took it herself and finished the layup.
Fair being guarded out by Jones out front. Louisville all over Fair when she has the ball. And that's going to be our media timeout. A frenetic start here in Louisville. Both teams already hitting quick runs. Syracuse up 1. Back in Louisville, where the Cardinals are actually trailing for the first time in the last 5 games, into the 6th, I should say. They won their previous 5 and really have been playing better in every aspect, Jess, of going from 5-4 to 10-4.
Yeah, they definitely have, and Jeff Walls has been happy with his team as they keep improving each and every game.
Syracuse trying to disrupt that and trying to win in Louisville for the first time since the Cards joined the conference. And Teisha Hyman is dead set on leading the way. 6 early points for her. And the Cardinals now have really struggled on layups. 4 of 8 to start this game. Hyman for 3. She's feeling it. Got it!
And Hyman, one of those players who is playing with confidence right now. The teammates, though, her teammates are getting her the ball, and she's just knocking down open shots.
Cochran is playing with confidence, too, for Louisville, trying to get in the lane, and she's whistled for a travel. 9 straight points for Teisha Hyman. Coming into this game, Teisha Hyman, 7 of 26 this season from 3. But she is feeling it right now.
And that's one thing. When you hit that first shot and that second shot goes in and that third, somebody on the Louisville team needs to say, okay, we've got to stop her and make somebody else make an open shot.
Hyman out front looking for Fair. Teisha Fair. Cut off in the corner. It was Van Lith defending. And Cheyenne McEvans, who came in out of the timeout, draws the foul. She'll go to the line. Louisville not happy that that was deemed a shooting foul. All right, no, that was just a foul. They are in the bonus now. As McEvans will get a second look at the free throw. The junior from Detroit, one of the Buffalo transfers, to come over with Leggett Jack. 17-10 Syracuse as Chrislyn Carr, who transferred from Louisville to Syracuse, missed it. But Nyla Harris, coming in out of the timeout, gets the lay-in. Hyman pushing really hard early on. Tons of tempo to this game. Harris. Hesitation up front and draws the foul at the rim.
And we knew coming in, both of these teams just want to push the pace, and we're definitely seeing that right now. But on top of that, both teams want and love to push the pace, but who can stay under control enough and take a breather and calm down when it's needed to make the extra pass, hit the open shot, and we're seeing Syracuse do that right now.
The foul is on Asia Strong, who immediately checked out and was replaced by Dariana Lewis. Nyla Harris has really grown into her role since early December. A freshman from Orlando getting a lot of minutes as a valuable sub. Missed the free throw. Here comes Hyman pushing the pace again. McEvans trying to drive on Harris, and an offensive foul.
And good decision by Russell to just leave her man, step over, and take the charge.
That's the first on McEvans. Marissa Russell, the junior from Ottawa, Ontario. Here's Van Lith out front. Van Lith all the way to the rim, got it. Nicely worked from the Cards.
And that's what Van Lith needs right now, is just to get some easy buckets, get her teammates to get her going.
Hyman using the screen. Step back, jumper no good. Syracuse corrals it. 4 offensive rebounds now for the Orange. They can't capitalize just yet. Cards fans getting a little frustrated, but Van Lith wins the charge. It's nicely drawn up stuff on the other end to get Hailey Van Lith a layup. 6 points for Van Lith. Her and Cochran have 12 of Louisville's 14 points. Chrislyn Carr coming off a 21-point, 17-rebound performance against DePaul. They'd love to get her going. Van Lith guarded out front by Hyman.
And just talking about Kristen Clark, to get that many rebounds and be her size that she is really true testament to her. Just getting in there and battling, and I would like to see her get going a little bit more tonight.
Van Lith drew the foul as the shot clock dwindled down. There's Chrislyn Carr. Was a transfer to Syracuse, spent a year there, but came to Louisville with the coaching change and has been a really, really nice addition to this Cardinals squad. ACC Player of the Week coming in. Who else would you pick? 21 and 17, but has been excellent from three-point range, 46% from three, and a nice pairing with Hailey Van Lith. Both players can score, both players can create. As this game is back to a 2-point Syracuse lead. Three ball from Fair, high arcing, missed it. And it's gonna be a battle on the boards all night for Louisville. Carr, pull up three. Missed it. Corralled by Harris. Carr again. She's not gonna miss 2 times. What a fight this game already is. An 8-0 run for Louisville after Syracuse was the team on the run. Hyman, lefty drive, good finish at the rim.
And you can see it in both teams' eyes right now. Nobody wants to lose this game.
Carr, step back jumper, missed it. Good effort underneath from Harris. Jess, this feels like an NCAA tournament game inside this arena right now.
No, it really does. The fans for Louisville are electric in here, and you know that really does help you as a player. Home court advantage, it's a lot. When you need to get a run going, the fans get in it, you just get a little bit more hyped out there.
2 fouls on Sanaya Wilson, the sophomore off the bench for Syracuse. And Norika Kono will come in for Louisville, a player who has not been as frequent of a contributor, but Louisville fans will know she has been one for her entire career.
Yes, and Jeff Walls says she has the most basketball IQ from the entire team, and that's one thing. She can take care of the ball and shoot it when she's open, knock it down, so I think that's why she's in the game right now.
8th appearance of the season for Kono, and we're told that her family has made the long trip. They've got the nice face cut out there. I love that. Made the trip from Japan, the long trip, to come see Norika. So great moment for her that she could get in early on in this one, as the Cardinals are in a battle with Syracuse. Harris comes down with it, but it's stolen on the outlet. Nice pass from Fair, and a good finish underneath from Georgia Woolley. The Cardinals now have 5 turnovers in this first quarter, but Van Lith is willing them through this quarter. 9 points for the junior.
And Van Lith hasn't been shooting the 3 ball extremely well this season, but that's one thing she can do is get to the basket.
10 seconds left in this quarter. Has flown by at pace. Here's Van Lith. Pull-up jumper, missed it. And that's how the quarter will end. That shot is not gonna count. Player for the Cards. They're going to need her tonight. Off to a good start, 9 points, 2 rebounds. In a game that's had 2 ties, 4 lead changes, and is all tied up after the first 10 minutes. Let's play another 10 here. Louisville in possession to start things off. Good ball movement underneath, but Russell missed the first one, gets her own putback. And you can see the physical pain that Felicia Leggett-Jack feels when her team gives up an offensive rebound. Just shouting down the bench there for the first-year coach for the Orange. Louisville showing a little zone here. Fair guarded by Van Lith and missed it off the front iron, but Woolley thought she had taken it right from Van Lith. Van Lith fought back, and now the Cards are on the break, and Morgan Jones whistled for the travel.
As we know, the Cards just want to push the pace and push the ball, but the refs have called a few travels here and there, so they just have to slow down a little bit and gather their feet before attacking the basket.
And Syracuse wants to play at that pace too. This is a frenetic pace to this game so far. It has resulted in a couple sloppy outlet passes or scrums underneath, but it's also generated a lot of fun so far between these two teams. Syracuse was 11-18 last season. Uncharacteristic for a program that has been really solid one. As Van Lith all the way to the rim, the lefty layup.
And everybody knows Hailey Van Lith is a lefty. So Syracuse defense right now, that's her third left-handed easy layup. They have to push her right.
And Fair answers right back with a three of her own. Teisha Fair, her first field goal of the game. She's got 5. Syracuse 3 for 8 from 3 to start. Van Lith for 3, bullseye!
And she is feeling herself tonight.
14 points for Hailey Van Lith. A fight underneath with Russell and Lewis. A jump ball called. Van Lith just completely open on the wing there for that first 3 of the game for her.
And like we talked about earlier, she has struggled this year from the three-point line. But man, when it matters, she knocks it down.
Woolley guarded by Kono. Here's Hyman. Nice cut from Woolley, but the pass was at her shins. And a turnover for Syracuse. That's their 6th of the game.
Yeah, beautiful backdoor cut, beautiful pass. She just couldn't get it. She just couldn't catch it, but nice defense by Louisville.
Van Lith will walk it up. It's Van Lith, Kono, Harris, Jones, and Russell on the floor for Louisville. Hyman and Fair the backcourt for Syracuse, with Strong, McEvans, and Lewis out there for the Orange. And there's a travel on Hyman, who got caught up trying to make that pass to McEvans.
And Syracuse just trying to push the pace again.
Sloppy start for both of these teams. We're on 52 total possessions between them and 13 turnovers between the two teams. The 3rd turnover here for Syracuse in the first 2.5 minutes of this second quarter.
You know,
Lith off to Kono for 3. Got it!
nice shot by Norika Kono. And look at her family up there going crazy for her.
A big moment for Norika Kono. A putback underneath is no good. Syracuse still fighting. McEvans took a big hit from Russell.
And Jeff Walls over there not happy about his players' toughness right now on getting the defensive rebound. I mean, Syracuse is playing tough. That was 3 offensive rebounds in a row. Kudos to them.
Syracuse with 8 offensive rebounds of the 18 rebounds that have been available to them. The jumper is good for Syracuse. Norika Kono, that's her first basket since the Longwood game for Louisville, which is all the way back around Thanksgiving on Black Friday. She had 10 in that game. Only has now 17 points this season, so great for her. She came off to a big round of applause. Russell back outside now. Van Lith, 7 on the shot clock. Rebound pulled down by Lewis, who's just about averaging a double-double if you round up. Foul out front on Van Lith.
And Hyman just continuing to push the pace. Louisville's defense was not set up, and she just blew right by him.
2 fouls now on Hailey Van Lith, something to monitor as Chrislyn Carr is coming on. She'll replace Van Lith. Got a minute and 20 until your media timeout. You can give her a spell and also try to avoid getting that 3rd foul. Hyman guarded out front by Harris and Cochran. Strong went down, but Hyman missed the layup, and then Cochran finally gets the ball to go out off of Syracuse. This is a dogfight underneath the rim.
It really is, and Hyman was right there. The ball just went off of her.
Good hands there from Hyman, almost get the steal. Now Russell out front. Fair just took it from Russell. Hyman, nice pass underneath to Lewis and the finish. 4 assists for Hyman, and Lewis has 4 points to go with her 7 boards. But just picked up the foul on the other end.
And just the toughness of Syracuse's defense right now, getting up in the passing lanes, making it hard for the ball handler. They're doing a great job with Louisville. They're not letting them get anything easy. They're fouling hard, not letting them get the and one. And it's really a testament to them.
Nyla Harris to the free throw line. 1 for 4 so far today. Second one is up and good, as the Cardinals just 3 for 8 so far from the free throw line. Harris will come. Remember the Syracuse game last year, Louisville ended up winning 84-71, but that was obviously a different team, different coach, mostly different players, but also a very spirited game for Louisville. I don't know if there's some residual Big East distaste for each other or what, but this has been a intense matchup now 2 years in a row in the Yum Center. 2 fouls now on Carr. So Carr and Van Lith both with 2 before the media timeout in the second quarter, as that 3 ball is well short from fair. So the Cards will have to work on staying out of foul trouble with their backcourt.
Yes, and you know, Jeff, once you get to the ACC conference play, everybody's good. Everybody wants that win. And that's one of those things. It's going to be a battle no matter who you play each night.
All stolen underneath. Cochran and Dixon not on the same page. Hyman off to McEvans for 3. Jones tracks that rebound down.
Great rebound by Morgan Jones. She's so athletic, so she should be able to get those pretty easily. Take it to the rim, get herself 2 points right there.
It's her first bucket of the night. And Louisville's up 6 here under the 5-minute mark. Lewis with a tough finish and an and one. What a game we've got developing here at the Yum Center. Louisville up 4 on Syracuse.
Just excellent shots, and she's finding a way.
To the free throw line out of the timeout was Dariana Lewis, the grad student transferred in from Alabama State. He's having a great season so far for Syracuse. 7 points and 7 rebounds tonight for Lewis. It's a 3-point game. Cards 5 of their last 7 from the field. Nice little high-low post there from Dixon and Cochran.
Great read by Dixon. Olivia with the backdoor cut and beautiful finish.
Hyman, a tough shot there, guarded by Jones, and a foul out front from Strong. And that's something that I think Louisville, having the talented bigs that they have, is kind of an underrated thing that they can do between Cochran, Dixon, and Williams. There's the jumper on the wing missed by Jones. The foul out front, but Cochran in that situation in sort of the, I don't even want to call it the high post, more like a wing spot, and working 1-2 with their fellow big.
No, definitely. You know, we talk about the guards so much because they're so adamant to the Louisville team, but you know, you can't forget about those post players, and I like to see that ball movement between those two. Olivia Cochran just made a nice backdoor cut. Dixon found her, and she made the easy bucket.
Russell out front. There's Cochran. Trying to go to work in the post. Spins, trying to flip it up and under, and was unaware of her surroundings. And the referee's now conferring. Crazy thing about this, we noticed it during the timeout, Jess, as the referees talk things over. No fast break points yet awarded to either team, despite this pace. And the ball is given to Louisville. I'm not even sure what they were looking at. The shot clock, because it's down to 5. Jones has to go, guarded by Hyman. Tough layup, missed it. And it was the shot clock that they were checking. Got it right, and a foul underneath will send Syracuse to the line.
And that's one of those fouls that's 90 feet from Syracuse's basket that Jeff Walls calls a silly foul, an unnecessary foul, because, you know, when you're 90 feet from the basket, Syracuse not going to score that far away, so just get back and play good defense. But now Syracuse has a chance to put 2 free throws in.
Dixon has 3 fouls here in this first half. She's had a couple of lengthy conversations with Walls when she's come off. Frustrating night so far for her. Second free throw is good for Lewis. 36-32 Louisville, 3:30 to go here in the first half. Chrislyn Carr versus her former team as Williams tries a 3 and rattled out. Here's Hyman guarded up front by Jones. Started off red hot, Hyman, now 5 of 9. Nice pass though from Fair and flipped in by Lewis. 3 as well, short from Russell, but there's Williams on the putback.
And Williams was just in the right spot at the right time. Marissa Russell may say that was a pass.
I don't know if it was. I'm going to say I don't think it was.
As a player, though, you can only hope.
Of course, that's what you call. Just when they're watching film, they'll make sure to mention that. Jones out front, 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Russell now with Cochran in the high post, guarded by Strong. Carr, the jumper, no good. Good offensive rebound, and Jones has a chance to flip it back in. Louisville has 12 second chance points.
Nice offensive rebound and a nice ball movement to find the open player.
Fair behind the screen, missed it, and a foul underneath on Woolley. As Russell took a hard fall there. Teisha Fair talked about the matchup between her and Van Lith. So far, things have not been falling for her. 1 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. She does have 3 assists to her credit, The shot's not falling right now. Under 2 minutes. Russell getting extended minutes here. And that's why. Great pass, but Jones couldn't finish it. Here comes Fair. So fast, her and Hyman. Hyman had it knocked away. It ends up back with Fair. Great hesitation, almost a circus finish from Fair.
And you know, players like Van Lith and Fair, they're not going to quit. So they're going to come out this second half, put up shots, and I guarantee you Fair will have some points come the third and fourth quarter.
Cochran, from Carr. And the jumper is good as Louisville extends its lead out to 8. It's a 6-0 burst over the last 90 seconds. McEvans, this crowd is loving it here in Louisville, but a big shot almost fell for the Orange. A scrum underneath, 3 players on the floor. Woolley comes up with it, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
And great hustle there by both teams.
What an environment this is, and what a game. The intensity is extremely high here in the Yum Center as Woolley will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Syracuse hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Georgia Woolley from Brisbane, Australia, Buffalo transfer. That's the first one to fall, the sophomore. Averaging just under 8 points a game. Fantastic year last year in the MAC. She gets both to fall. Shot clock and game clock about 19 seconds apart. Fair guarding Carr. Harris, Jones off to Carr, missed it. 20 seconds though, and a bad turnover from Syracuse. That was a rushed pass, and it was stolen by Carr.
And that's one of those possessions where, as a player, you have to know time and score, where they could have taken the last shot.
Carr tried the shot there. I think she thought she was fouled. Syracuse a chance to finish at the buzzer, and a hectic final minute. And the referees now pausing things.
And the crowd is going crazy.
This has just been a wild first half. From the very beginning, catching the tip-off as a violation, everything has been just a little off from what we're used to. Frenetic.
Before the expiration of the game clock.
And the referees are going to look over the game clock here. It was Fair who rushed it a little bit, trying to get to the rim around Russell. She tried to scoop it up and in.
And kudos to Marissa Russell for keeping her hands high and not fouling.
So I think they're trying to figure out if the foul was whistled when there was still time on the clock. You can see the referee's arm goes up. It looks like just after the clock had run out. I believe it would be Russell who would go to the free throw line.
And everyone is just waiting for the call.
That's just gonna do it. It'll be halftime. And the crowd, really fun matchup between these two ACC foes. On pace for about 80 possessions by the end of this for each team. So a very fast-paced game as we start out with Louisville in possession, wearing the home whites, going right to left on your screen. Syracuse in the road orange, going left to right. Van Lith trying to pick up where she left off with a fall-away jumper. Got it. 16 points for Hailey Van Lith. And then Lewis misses the bunny on the other end.
And a sloppy start to the third quarter.
Right away, you get a missed layup and you get a turnover on the outlet pass. Harris and Carr not on the same page. Louisville now with 9 turnovers. Syracuse has 8. Both coaches have looked apoplectic at times. There's another turnover there on Fair.
And it looks like both teams, just a little bit of miscommunication, which can't happen after halftime. Halftime, you're supposed to go in, gather the team, get your thoughts, what you need to do better, and that has not happened come out the third quarter.
Louisville sitting on its largest lead of this game. Jones out front. Cochran thinking about it. The crowd trying to get her to shoot a 3. That's not her game. Jones all the way to the rim, and she's had a couple of those rim out so far in this one. Just 2 for 10 from the field as Hyman pulls up and missed. Nice pass from Van Lith. Jones had to go up there and get it and draws the foul coming down.
Beautiful pass by Van Lith, but look at the athleticism of Morgan Jones.
That's 3 fouls on Elena Rice, who had to see her minutes limited in the first half because of 2 quick fouls. Now she's got a 3rd. And Jones needs to get going for Louisville, but Van Lith has been carrying the load big time with Cochran as she draws the foul. Hailey Van Lith with 16 points. She's had double figures in every game this season. But I feel like a bigger part of her game, we knew she could score. The bigger part, I think, was slowing down a little bit, being more of a playmaker for her teammates. Of course, she's always asked to score, but she has added a little bit more of that playmaking to her game.
Definitely. She's definitely improved on letting the game come to her. If she attacks and another person picks her up, she kicks it. And last year we didn't see that as much. She felt like she had so much pressure on her, so it's really nice to see her getting her teammates involved as well and trusting them enough that they'll knock down the open shots.
Syracuse hasn't scored in more than 4.5 minutes. Fair missed it. And she has had a brutal night from the field, 1 of 11. Carr in the corner to Van Lith. Cochran driving a lane. Harris on the putback is good. Nyla Harris is having a great night on the glass. And a technical foul has been called on on Felicia Leggett-Jack.
And Coach Felicia was out at the Cardinal Bird. She was not happy with that one.
Felicia Leggett-Jack was trying to call a timeout, I think. She keeps saying it. I just wanted to call a timeout. Hailey Van Lith will shoot some free throws. The first one rolls in. And this is a pivotal moment here for Syracuse as Louisville's lead is ballooning. Second free throw is good.
No, it definitely is, because
Leggett-Jack trying to get someone's attention to call a timeout, and I think leaving the coaching box is an understatement for that. We'll take a quick break. Louisville has extended its lead to 14 here in the third quarter. Back here in Louisville out of the timeout, and Felicia Leggett-Jack still pretty frustrated. She was trying desperately to get the officials' attention to call a timeout. You can see one of her players in a different angle there trying to get it too, and thought that she had gotten it. Feels a little unfair to give her a technical foul out of that, but also at the same time I know referees, if a coach is on the floor, they get pretty upset about that. But either way, both coaches now with technical fouls. And Louisville extending its lead to the largest it has been by far, out to 14 in what has been mostly a close game. 5 on the shot clock. Carr for 3, and it's a 17-point game now.
And that's one of those things, great shot by Kristlyn Carr, but if she would have not got that technical, Louisville wouldn't have got 2 free throws and the ball back, so that 3 would have never happened. So that's a tough one.
5 points added from that whole sequence. Nice drive there from McEvans. Will send her to the line. Kristlyn Carr trying to get going tonight. Her second 3, 2 for 5 against her former team.
A nice pass by Hailey Van Lith. Fair was jumping over to help not let Hailey drive to the basket. Hailey read that, passed it to her teammate. She knocked it down.
McEvans misses the first free throw. The junior from Detroit, a Buffalo transfer. And Leggett, Jack still having a conversation about it. And she seems to have resolved things a little bit. Van Lith, nice pass to Harris.
Excellent pass by Van Lith. Syracuse defense has to pick her up from what she has done in the first half, and now she's just getting the easy assist.
20 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds for Hailey Van Lith. And how about Nyla Harris, 8 points, 9 rebounds, as Hyman banks in the 3.
And that's one thing about this Syracuse team, they are not going to quit. It might be a 15-point game right now, but they have to settle down, hit some easy shots, play good defense, and they'll be right back in it.
Hyman started hot, but hadn't made a shot since the first quarter. And Carr is now cooking here for Louisville.
Back-to-back 3s by Kristlyn Carr.
She is a 46% three-point shooter, and showing why here. Van Lith now 4 assists, basically the same deal. Look at these creative passes. Some of them just the simple smart pass with pace. And they've all worked just the same as Hyman trying to get going again with back-to-back field goals. 16-point Louisville lead, 5:45 to go here in the third quarter.
Now on this possession, Kristlyn Carr has hit 2 threes back-to-back. Let's see if her teammates can realize that and get her another one.
Cochran, a little high looking for Carr there. Dangerous skip pass. Van Lith had it knocked away. Fair caught up to that pass just in time to score. Teisha Fair just 7 points tonight with 2 field goals, but that was a nice finish.
And Teisha Fair, way to run the floor. That was hustle points right there.
High post Cochran. And 3 seconds called on Nyla Harris. Fair, I didn't realize Fair was the one who initiated the steal in the first place. Good run out.
Jeff Walz always talks about how a turnover leads to an easy fast break layup or 3-point shot. In that case, Fair ran the floor and got an easy layup.
Woolley steps into a 3, couldn't get it to fall. Pulled down by Jones, who is just at a different speed than everyone. And she missed the layup attempt. Cochran goes flying into the board. Fair dumps it off. Woolley the finish, got her with the left hand.
And just like that, Syracuse has cut it within 12.
A 6-0 burst here from the Orange.
That's one thing, that last possession, Morgan Jones was a little bit out of control. 2 defenders down in the paint. She should have just jump stopped and kicked it out.
Russell. This is Carr. Back to Carr, 3 on the shot clock, has to take it. And Jones gets the rebound, and that time finds herself with plenty of time and space. We will take a break. Louisville up 14. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. In this building for the Orange last season, earlier this year, and is now playing against her former team. And that three-point shooting percentage is the big number that sticks out to me in terms of difference. That has really given Louisville a big-time shooting element. As Hyman brings it in the front court, Syracuse had it to just a 36-34 deficit with 3 minutes left in the first half. And the last 9 minutes of game action have drastically changed the complexion of this game. It's a 14-point Louisville lead. Hyman with 4 on the shot clock. Trying to drive on Jones, and Jones is whistled for the foul out front. Leggett Jack. I love both of these coaches. Leggett Jack has a big grin on her face there. And I don't think Morgan Jones made any contact.
The crowd does not agree with that one.
And Hyman makes the first. She's come back alive here scoring in this third quarter, up to 18 points for Teisha Hyman, who is off to a great start this season. He's had a nice career for Syracuse. Carr thought about it. Outside of Van Lith, 10 on the shot clock. Syracuse showing a little zone here. Jones in the middle of it. Got the free throw line jumper. But then Lewis called for the travel. It looked like she was going to be able to get a quick layup in, but couldn't quite catch it cleanly.
And even though she couldn't catch it clean, that's twice now that Syracuse has beat Louisville down the floor. So Louisville has to figure out a way to get somebody back when they shoot the ball on the offensive end.
Nia Wilson now on the floor for Syracuse as they've gone to a 3-guard set. Hyman into the lane and finishes off the steal. She's got 20 and is now tied with Van Lith for the leading scorer on the floor tonight.
And we talked about Fair coming in against Hailey Van Lith, and it has been Hyman tonight. She's doing an excellent job. She's not backing down, and she is not going to quit until this game is over.
Cochran doubled up underneath, draws the foul on Lewis. That's her second. Cochran, 10 points, 3 rebounds tonight. 5 of 7 from the field. This is her first trip to the free throw line. Louisville just 7 of 12 from the charity stripe. And Cochran misses the first. An antsy crowd here tonight with New Year's fast approaching. School is out, a lot of kids here tonight, which is awesome to see. As Cochran comes out, it's Jones, Russell, Van Lith, Carr, and Dixon on the floor for Louisville, as Hyman trying to push the pace again. It's Hyman, Fair, Lewis, Woolley, and Wilson for Syracuse. Nice little action underneath. Got Lewis a layup and a foul drawn there on Dixon. The crowd didn't like the stumble back into Dixon there. And the referees trying to talk things over here with Lewis. That's 4 fouls on Dixon. Dariana Lewis has had a quiet game tonight. A quietly efficient game tonight, I should say. 10 points, 9 rebounds, and has just kind of gone about her work. Drawing the foul there, up to 11 points now for the grad student from Nebraska. 4 fouls in just 3 minutes for Liz Dixon. Stays on the floor. Van Lith and Carr working against this zone. Jones mid-range jumper. Got it.
With a little
Shooter's
bounce. Yes.
10 points for Jones. Fair, tough shot. Couldn't get it to roll, but Lewis got her 10th rebound in grand fashion. And a putback opportunity not good.
Great hustle by Lewis, though. I mean, those offensive rebounds are key. They couldn't get it to fall, but great hustle play.
10 in this game, just 6 second chance points for Syracuse as Morgan Jones is starting to heat up. Another jumper from her, 12 points to go with 6 boards. Fair, that's a tough shot also. Missed it. Dixon comes down with it. Lewis and Woolley were involved. Lewis took the brunt of that fall.
Nice shot by Morgan Jones, and it's really seen Hailey Van Lith in the first half. Then Kristlyn Carr got some shots going. Syracuse went out to guard Kristlyn Carr, so Hailey Van Lith gets it to Morgan Jones. She knocks it down. You know, it's just a revolving effect, and, you know, contest to Louisville players for knocking down the open shots.
Morgan Jones, 8 of the last 9 points for Louisville, as Kono will come back in for Van Lith. It was unclear who she was coming on for. Final minute and 4 seconds of this quarter. It's a 16-point Louisville lead. Tough finish for Hyman, who has got a game-high 22. 9 field goals for Teisha Hyman. And the redshirt junior from White Plains is having a heck of a game at 16 here back in January last season. There's Kono, urged by the crowd to shoot it. 10 on the shot. Dixon, the jumper is good.
And I love to see that pass by Morgan Jones. She got in the lane. She saw that her pull-up wasn't there. Liz Dixon was wide open. And again, they knocked it down.
Hyman with the answer back in the other direction. Still a 14-point Louisville lead. The Cards shooting 71.5% in this quarter. 4 on the game clock. Carr all the way to the rim, missed the runner. And a putback from Jones is waved off. So that's how we'll end it. Frenetically, as always. The word of the night. She started the game 2 of 10 from the field, but she has worked her way up, making her last 4 shots now 12 points, 7 boards, and was instrumental in Louisville ballooning their lead out to 14 in that third quarter. That's where we start the fourth. Jeff Greer, Jess Lemley with you. And Syracuse is going to need something from somebody else as Teisha Hyman, 10 of 15. Everybody else on her team is 10 of 39. As Van Lith pulls up for the jumper, missed it. And a fight for the rebound. Sanaya Wilson comes down with it. Here's Fair. The third leading scorer in the ACC, just has 7 points. And Woolley is going to be whistled for the charge underneath. There's Jones. The shooting looked very comfortable in that third quarter.
And she's one of those players. She knows she can shoot the ball. She knows she can get to the basket. So shooters shoot. So you just have to see it go through one time, and then it gets a little bit easier. But it's pretty impressive, third quarter, 8 points. But it also takes into account that Syracuse had to put a little bit more pressure on Kristlyn Carr. She hit those 2 threes back to back. So Hailey Van Lith just found Morgan Jones, and she knocked him down.
Here is Jones driving the lane, that time lowering her shoulder, and the foul is going to be on Wilson. That's her third. And the thing that I have noticed all season from Morgan Jones, and for people who watch ACC basketball will know from her days at FSU, she only has 1 speed. I mean, she is just like hair on fire, end line to end line.
Go, go, go. You know, and that's one thing that I think Jeff Walz has really talked to her about this year. Louisville has so many good key players that she doesn't have to play as fast as she has to every single minute she's on that floor. Not defensively, but offensively. Being able to drive to the lane and not just throw it up, but being able to drive to the lane, jump stop when somebody stops you, and kick it to your open teammate so they can hit the open shot. And I think we've really seen her growth throughout this entire season with her being able to do that.
And here she is again on the ball. 1v1 with Hyman. Tries to scoop it around her, missed it, and then Van Lith draws the foul on the offensive rebound. Cochran's going to come in for Dixon. That foul was on Hyman, her second. As Dariana Lewis checks back in, good to see for Syracuse. She was hobbled a little bit in the third quarter. Russell's wide open in the corner for three, and she buries it. And the lead is out to 18 for Louisville.
And that's what Russell needs to do to get playing time and to stay in the game. Hit open shots when they give it to her. And that's exactly what she did right there.
16 of 36 now from three this season. Pretty good as Fair finally gets one to fall. She's got 10. Can they get her going? Hyman almost turned it over. Pure chaos. It ends up back with Fair. We've seen that several times tonight in varying forms. Fair, step back three, and is whistled. Kono is whistled for the foul. And Fair will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, definitely some sloppiness between both teams. Can't say one's better than the other. We saw that starting the third quarter as well, just back and forth turnovers.
So here is Teisha Fair, a senior from Rochester, New York, shooting 82% from the free throw line this season. And she's going to shoot 3 of them. She's had to earn the now 12 points that she has. As a star at Buffalo, 2,000 plus career points, an excellent player. And for the night that she has had 3 of 15 from the field, a bunch of them contested layups, she still has 13 points. A perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and those 3 big free throws get it back to a 12-point deficit with still plenty of time on the clock. Cochran threw it away, looking for Carr.
And this is where Louisville just needs to settle down and take care of the ball. Usually they get sloppy in the third quarter. Now we're in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go, only up 12. You have to be able to execute and run your offense. And for Syracuse, keep pushing the pace, keep making Louisville play defense, and gradually work your way back in.
Fair. Down to 10 on the shot clock, guarded by Carr. Trying to get into the lane. That is a really tough shot. Here comes Jones. It was 3-on-1. Jones with the nice fake and the lefty finish.
Nice finish by Jones, but just look how quickly Syracuse got that ball out. Fair pushing the pace. Louisville couldn't set up their defense, and Syracuse scored.
Felicia Leggett-Jack very politely this time asking for a timeout with a smile on her face. These coaches are so entertaining, but a timeout on the floor after that bucket from Strong has it to a 12-point game. 7:22 left. Big East foes meet in the ACC and put on quite the show as Louisville up 12 on Syracuse with 7:22 to go here. Louisville trying to end the year with a win and enter the calendar 2023 year with a perfect 2-0 ACC record. Syracuse has a lot of work to do, but plenty of time here if they're going to make a comeback. Down 12. Teisha Hyman having a huge game, 24 points. You got to think she'll be one of the people leading that charge. Although Fair has come alive here in this fourth quarter. Harris back on the floor, gives it off to Van Lith. A tough runner, got it. Talk about a teardrop.
Good defense by Syracuse. I'm pretty sure they got a tip on that ball, but Hailey Van Lith just finds a way.
Fair trying to get into the lane. And Carr, great defense. Got a piece of it on the dribble. The jump ball possession back for Syracuse.
Great defense by Louisville. Morgan Jones gets a hands on it. But what I like better, Morgan Jones and Kristlyn Carr both on the floor, and then the Louisville teammates hustle over to help them up. That's what a great team is all about.
Inbounds coming from Fair. 6:48 to go, fourth quarter. Fair for three. Front iron fell to Harris. And how about Nyla Harris leading the charge with 10 rebounds for Louisville to go with 8 points. Just needs a bucket for a double-double. Van Lith orchestrating things out front.
And Louisville has really taken Fair out of her comfort zone tonight. I'm trying to get her to take shots that she normally doesn't take, but you know, Hyman's been the talk of the night.
What a pass from Van Lith, returning the favor to Cochran. And Hailey Van Lith up to 6 assists. Cochran 13 points. And the lead is back to 16 as Hyman almost got the and one. Look at this dive from HVL.
Beautiful assist by Hailey Van Lith, but that's the thing. She's shown in past games she can score the basketball, shooting the three. So people have to guard her. She draws two to her. She makes the open pass. Just beautiful basketball.
You can't say enough about Hailey Van Lith. As she has matched her season high for assists. And her career high, actually, which is 6. So one more and she'll have a new career high. The records keep falling for her, or the marks keep setting. And that pass a little hot, almost saved by Van Lith. And Jeff Walls telling Kristlyn Carr to slow it down.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville's winning right now. It's still a pretty tight game, not out of reach quite yet, but you know, Kristlyn Carr does need to slow down, but Hailey Van Lith ran that floor hard.
3 ball from Rice has it back to a 12-point game. Louisville has turned the ball over on 25% of its possessions, 1 in every 4. And they made up for it by shooting 54% from the field. Here's Van Lith looking for that lefty jumper. Got it. It's so pretty. 9 of 13 from the field. She's got 24. Hyman right back at you. Almost got the shooter's bounce. Van Lith came up with her 5th board. And Louisville's coaching staff imploring players to
slow
chill.
It down.
Back out front, Cochran. Final 5 minutes here. It's been a fun game, spirited. But there was a stretch where Louisville really pulled away as Harris almost pushed it back to a 16-point lead. Woolley and Cochran got stuck together. And it'll be an inbounds here from Carr. Baseline out of bounds. One of the many things that Jeff Walls preaches, being efficient out of sidelines and baseline out of bounds plays, and that's exactly what happened. 3 ball from Kristlyn Carr, her 4th of the night.
And beautiful pass by Nyla Harris, but I will give credit to that one for the bench because they were screaming, throw it to Kristlyn.
Get the bench assist there as Hyman all the way to the rim, but was pestered at the last second by Cochran. And then Cochran draws the foul there. Cochran up to 6 rebounds. And how about Kristlyn Carr? 4 of 8 from 3-point range. And the bench all about it as the Cards have pulled away again here. Back out to a 17-point lead. And Fair goes to the bench. It's been a tough night for her. And with this game nearing the point where it might be out of reach, you have to think that might be the end of her night. Carr back out to Jones. There's Nyla Harris. Spins out and finds Carr again. Missed it. But the rebound falls to Rice. Hyman has done just about everything for Syracuse tonight, scoring-wise. And she adds to her total, 27 for Hyman from 11 field goals. A lot of them layups. Substitution coming on was Kennedy Perkins, who was whistled for the foul. And this Syracuse program, you know that this is going to be a group that takes a lot of pride in what they're doing here. You've got Felicia Leggett-Jack, who has the pride in Syracuse. Her best friend, you didn't see her there, Sue Ludwig, who played at Syracuse with her, is the all-time winningest high school basketball coach. And then to have Leggett-Jack bring a bunch of staff and players from Buffalo, there's a lot of familiarity on that orange bench. And we've been impressed with them tonight. They're going to give ACC opponents a lot of problems, but Louisville showing their wherewithal here to pull away from a tough Syracuse squad as Lewis gets the putback opportunity and draws the foul.
Definitely the toughness that Syracuse has shown tonight is really a testament to the coaching staff.
And Louisville has had to climb into that level of physicality tonight, because early on it did seem like they were uncomfortable a little bit with it. And we saw there on the offensive rebound, Olivia Cochran, Morgan Jones. I mean, there have been several players for Louisville who have fought their way into the game and helped them a lot on the glass.
Definitely. And, you know, Coach Walls has really preached to his team that you have to play tough, especially in the ACC, because everybody is so good and they're going to bring their best shot. So he's really worked with his players on toughness.
It's paying off. There's Carr out front. Final 2.5 minutes. Jones has had an excellent second half, but Louisville opting to back out again. Here's Nyla Harris all the way to the rim, and she went down hard with Woolley. Harris has drawn a bunch of fouls tonight. She has been very efficient, 3 of 4 from the field for 8 points. She's been to the free throw line 6 times, just 2 of 6, excuse me. And she's got the opportunity here with a couple of free throws to get herself a double-double.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, at this point in the season, on paper, she may be a freshman, but Coach Walls, once it gets past Christmas break, you're that next seniority up. So she's technically a sophomore in his eyes, and she's definitely playing like one.
A new career high and season high, same thing, in rebounds with 10. There's Woolley driving the lane, flipped it up and in. That was a crafty finish. And Jones is down hard. And immediately concern from Louisville. It's hard to tell what happened there from Morgan Jones.
Yeah, she kind of just went down.
And you hate to see anybody go down in what has otherwise been such a entertaining game, and hopefully she's all right.
Definitely. I mean, both teams have played so well and so hard.
And Jones has been fantastic
So
tonight.
for it to be the last 2 minutes, hopefully it's just a cramp from playing so hard.
Morgan Jones, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 of 16 from the field. And it does appear to be She is in a lot of pain here, and you hate to see it with as Louisville staff now hustling over to tend to her. Just 2:10 to go in this one here at the Yum Center. Both teams taking the pause here and hoping for the best for Morgan Jones.
And Coach Walls over there still coaching his team. But like you said, hoping for the best. They did bring her some water out.
And they're helping Morgan Jones up. And they will be helping her off the floor. Morgan Jones, the graduate student from Jonesboro, Georgia, has been an electric player for Louisville since transferring in from Florida State, and we hope that turns out okay. The final 2 minutes of this one, Louisville up 14. Nyla Harris wide open at the elbow there. The crowd a couple of times tonight has had to implore a couple different players to take open shots.
Yeah, the crowd was screaming, shoot!
There's Perkins out front, guarded by Carr. McEvans off to Rice. Rice, nice drive into the lane and was met by Cochran, the foul called there. For the Cardinals, as they turn the calendar in to 2023, it's not going to get any easier. Virginia Tech, of course, a big one on there, but conference play kicking into high gear after beating Pittsburgh to open league play and then finishing this one off here. They'll be 2-0 going into the new year. They were, as I said, the top receiving votes team outside of both top 25 polls. You have to think that they'll be back in it next week. The team that started number 7 in the country was the preseason favorite in the ACC, and so far so good for the Cards in the league. We'll take a quick break though, and when we come back, we've got 82 spirited battle here for Louisville, and what better way to celebrate such a tough fight than going to play NC State on Sunday.
Yes, it will
one
not
after
get
another.
Easier for them down the road. NC State, a great team, so it will be another battle for them on Sunday. Another good one. Top
75 in the net rankings so far, 10-0 against quadrants 3 and 4 opponents, but they will move to 0-3 against quadrant 1 opponents. They got their first top 80 win in their conference opener against Wake Forest, so there's still a lot of confidence that this orange squad will be able to get some of those big wins in the new year. 3 from the left side by Rice misses. And Marika Kono will come back in for Chrislyn Carr. And that was a nice little touch there. I don't know if you noticed, but Felicia Legedjak clapping for Chrislyn Carr as she came off.
Oh.
Syracuse to Syracuse, a little love there.
That is good. You know, you always hope for that. You never know why somebody leaves a situation, but you always hope for the best.
Legedjak, I just have a feeling Syracuse is going to win a lot of games with her at the helm. She coaches with a lot of passion, and it's fun to watch on the sidelines, and her team is absolutely battling still late in this game with it pretty much decided. They are still playing their butts off.
Exactly, and you can show her passion, lead to her players playing with passion. Actually, they have something called the hard hat, and it's given after each game to a player who came to the game, did their work, did their job. So she's definitely trying to build a great culture at Syracuse. And we all know Louisville is one of the best cultures, so she's just trying to build that.
Tough finish at the rim there from Rice. 22.6 left on the clock.
And the way Syracuse is still battling, you would not think it's a 10-point game right now with only 22.6 seconds left.
Jalen Brown checking in for Louisville for the final 22 seconds. Russell will bring it up. There's Diana Walker, and that's how this thing is going to finish. It was a heck of a battle, 36-34 at one point, but Louisville is able to pull away and ended up winning this one 86-77. Your thoughts, Jess, on tonight's game?
Both teams did a lot of great things, but I was more impressed with the toughness of both teams coming off Christmas break. They'll be able to watch film, see what they did good, see what the things they need to work on, and